Hey, welcome to Man Kitchen Recipes. I am Kevin, and today, I'm going to be using my ASMOKE AS350. It's a small portable pellet grill, and I want to do some baby back ribs in it. I know you probably know how to do baby back ribs, but if you don't, pay attention. But I'm going to see how I'm going to get these to fit inside of the AS350. So let's take a closer look. All right, so here's a it's a rack of baby back ribs, and obviously they're not going to fit like that, right? I mean, they would have to fit inside the lid right here and over here, and that's not too far off, because when I trim these up, I'm actually going to have to trim off a section of this end right here and probably a rib or two down here. So if I do that, I think it's going to fit. And actually, if you could do probably 2 racks. Now I'm wishing I would have got another rack. And what I'll probably do is, like, if I cut a piece of this off and a piece of this off, I think I'm going to go ahead and add my my top rack and put those up there. So I think it'll work. So what are we dealing with here? So the grate size, you'd have to be 14 inches in order for this to close. All right, so with my ribs, 14 inches. Yeah, see, I really don't have to cut that much off. And I'm going to be cutting off a couple of ribs here, and like I said, down over here anyway. So I think we're going to be good to go. So let's go inside. I'll get this prepared, and we'll see how we're doing. Today I'm going to be using some Lumberjack competition pellets over here. Got my little hopper filled up. And actually, it's a pretty good size hopper. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start this up, get it heated up while we're doing the ribs inside. All right, first thing I like to do is, with the baby back ribs, is take off this membrane. You can score it with a knife if you want. I always find a bone and get like a butter knife or something underneath there. Break it loose a little bit, enough so you can get your fingers in there. Come all the way across, and it should, theoretically, if I can get my finger all the way across, just peel right off, just like that. Now if you need to, you can always get a paper towel to help you hold on to it and grip some of that stuff. So get this down at the end. Okay, so the end here, it's kind of, excess meat down here, and I'm probably going to cut off, there's a bone here, the next bone is right here, so I think I'm going to trim it off right here. I'm going to go kind of close to that bone to leave more meat on the rest of the rib right here. Okay, all right, same thing with this end right here. Now you got this little, you can leave this little teeny tiny bone. Next one's a little small. Let me get my tape measure out. If we scrunch it up a little bit, we are looking at, from that tip over there, okay, so I'm thinking if I cut this bone off as well, we're going to fit inside that ASMOKE pretty easily. All right, so I'm going to square this one off right here. So basically what I got left is that piece and this piece, which has, this has 2 bones, that has 2 little bones, and those will go on that top shelf, right? But I think by doing that, when you put your ribs on the grate, you're going to scrunch them up a little bit, and looks like we're going to be, yeah, that's like 12.5, under 13 inches. That's going to be perfect. All right, so for today, I think what I'm going to use is Texas Oil Dust Barnyard Pimp, and you can use a binder on these. I'm not going to use a binder; they're still pretty moist. So let me just get some rub on these. Just hold your rub up about 8 inches or so. Okay, so you want to get a good amount, and you do want to get these edges over. So while the grill comes up to temp, we'll just let these rest a minute. All right, we got our ASMOKE up to temp. Let's get these ribs in there, see how they fit. Scrunch it up. Oh yeah, plenty of room right there. Look at that. Room on both sides. And these are my pieces. We're going to go ahead and smoke those. Alright. Alright. I'm going to let this go. We're running at 225. I'm going to go for 2 to 2.5 hours. Alright, we are 2.5 hours in. Let's give these a look. Oh yeah. They're looking mighty good. This little ASMOKE's doing a great job. I'm going to take these in. We're going to get these wrapped up. All right, so to wrap these, I'm just going to do them the, you know, the most popular way. There's many things you can put on here. You can just spritz them and wrap them if you want. But I'm going to go with the Parquet squeezed butter, the brown sugar, and of course, honey. All right, it's that simple. Flip them over, do the other side, get them wrapped up. Yeah, I need to remove that for a second. You just remove that and get the grates cleaned off. And I do this just so the foil doesn't stick to this stuff when you go to take it off at the end, because if it has a lot of juice in it, you don't want all that juice spilling out on your grill. That top tray back on there, got it cleaned off as well. I'm just going to set our ribs right back where they were. Put these two right there. And we're going to let these go for about probably an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. So I'll be back. Are about an hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to take these off. We'll go get some barbecue sauce on here and get them back out here. All right, let's give them a look. Oh yeah, looking good. All right, I'm going to drain off this juice real quick and we'll get some sauce on them. All right, so I'm just going to roll up these edges. I'm going to leave it on this foil. Looking on the bottom side, looks pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's down here on the bottom. Maybe. There we go. I don't usually put a whole lot on the underneath side, but you got to have a little bit. All right. Turn them over. Oh yeah, they're tender. Don't have a lot left in this bottle, but there's enough. Okay, for these, I'm going to use some Uncle Steve's, a sauce with no name. I've got a little bit left in this jar, and it'll be plenty. I didn't put any on the underneath side, but I guess I can. Right. These will easily go up on top. Not sure about with the foil open like that. We'll see. Let me just turn them up a little bit. All right, that fits fine. I'll see you in about 15 minutes. We are done. That was the last 15 minutes. Take these off. I'm going to let them rest for a few minutes. All right, there you go. Baby back ribs on the ASMOKE AS350. Got the little end cuts right there. Let's cut into it. Let's find the bones. Just cut it right there, huh? Looks good, looks fall apart. Look at that. Looks pretty dang good, huh? All right, let's taste them. The ASMOKE AS350 is big enough to do a rack of baby back ribs. Look at that. Looks like they came out pretty nice. This one's with the Sweet Baby Ray's. It's hard to beat a nice baby back rib. Clean to the bone. So good. This one is Uncle Steve's, the sauce with no name. I love his sauce. The sauce with no name is my favorite. I made some without because some people don't like that little extra spice. It's not hot. Well, to me it's not hot, but man, it's got a good flavor. I got to tell you, if you do not have the Uncle Steve's, the sauce with no name, you need to go online and UncleSteve.com and order you some. So good. All right, that ASMOKE performed again. Baby back ribs, the full rack. Thanks for checking this out.